I'm out at Andover High School for the latest High School Female Athlete of the Week presented by Distinct Inc. and great clips. Andover girls basketball getting ready for the 5A state tournament as the top seed in this year's tournament, and a big player on that squad joins us now. Grier Hand, a junior from Andover High School, had two big performances last week, 13 points against Arc City and 18 points against Salina South. Grier, first and foremost, congratulations on making it to the state tournament. It's an accomplishment to get to this point. Number one overall seed as well, which is rather cool. Let's go back to last week, though. How special was last week to get those wins against Arc City and Salina South to get you back to the state tournament?
It was super exciting. It's always been a goal to go to state, and we've completed that the last 3 years, so we wanted to just get it again. And yeah, it was just super exciting as a team.
Well, last week, you in particular had a great week. You had 13 points, 18 points in another game. What allowed you to be so successful? I know the Andover way is not just one player dominating every day. I know it's a mix of multiple players. It could be anyone's night, but what made you so successful last week?
Just having my teammates feed me the ball, getting my feet set on shots, and just cutting to the basket. It was just all my teammates finding me, knocking down shots.
Well, you and I were talking a little bit. You mentioned how this team chemistry is so special. What has allowed it to be so special this year? Because you only have one loss on the year, so obviously things are pretty darn good. What's allowed you to have such a good team chemistry this year?
Honestly, the junior class has all been playing together since we were in elementary school and middle school, and so just having that team chemistry to feed into this awesome high school career that we've had, it's just been super awesome.
How big of a deal is it to get the state tournament experience the last couple of years, and just knowing that, hey, we've gone through this before, now here we are ready to make another state tournament run? I'm sure it's probably a big help to have that state tournament experience the last couple of years.
Yeah, the state tournament experience, I mean, it's like no other. It's so exciting, and I feel like every year for me it's been a little bit different, and it's super exciting, and I think as a team we have a really good chance.
Well, this year, the difference, you're an upperclassman now. You're no longer an underclassman, so that's a pretty big jump just from a leadership aspect. Probably across the board for all those juniors that you've played with. Well, they were sophomores last year and freshmen the year before. So the fact you guys are upperclassmen now, maybe that goes with the team chemistry aspect, but leadership-wise, maybe everyone being able to hold each other accountable this year.
Yeah, I think as we've matured together, it's really helped like our confidence and our flow and our leadership all together. Like I know any one of the juniors on this team could step up and just tell us what we need to do, and everyone will listen because we all respect each other's opinions.
Only one loss this year. That one loss was to Derby. Certainly would like to have a perfect record as of right now, but losing to a team who is the number 2 seed at the 6A level, not the worst thing in the world, but what did that loss teach you guys? Because I feel like you can learn a lot from wins, but I think you learned even more from defeats. So what did that game against Derby teach this squad?
I mean, we noticed that we were like really tired. We played a game before that, and we definitely realized that you just have to fight through the tired. Like you have to know that the other team's going to be just as tired as you are, but it's just all about the mentality that you have. And also like during that game, our transition was really bad. I don't know what was going on. I think we were just so tired. They were running the ball super well, and so we were like being lazy during that game, but I think we've really adjusted and figured out that we can't do that at the state tournament.
You brought up how you guys have a good shot. Obviously, you're the top seed in the 5A state tournament. You're going to be in a good position to potentially make a deep postseason run. At what point in this season did you think, all right, this is different? Because you noted how different it is. At what point did you finally realize, like, okay, this year's group is a little bit different compared to the last couple of years?
Well, actually at the beginning of the season, we played in a Casey Piper tournament, and we played Derby and Casey Piper, and we beat them both to win the tournament. And I honestly, I didn't realize how much, like talent we had and how much, like, it wasn't just about how much talent, but also about how hard we were working and how well our defense was. And I was actually very surprised by that because we lost a couple key components from last year and the year before. And that really surprised me. But later into the season too, I was thinking, yeah, maybe we can make a deep post run.
Well, now that you're the top seed in the 5A state tournament, I'm sure you probably realize what that does to you. It ends up putting a big, gigantic target on your back as teams are going to look at you and go, well, we want to take down the number 1 seed in the 5A state tournament. I'm sure you've probably talked about that a little bit, probably not a whole heck of a lot, but I'm sure maybe you guys are trying to embrace the fact that you guys are the top seed in this year's tournament. How big of a deal is that to have that mentality of understanding that we are the top seed? Let's go out and show it.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to have a target on our back because everyone wants to, knock off number 1. And I just think staying humble and knowing that everyone's going to give you your best game in the state tournament and you just have to make shots, play great defense, and you should be okay.
Make shots, play great defense. Sounds so simple. Basketball is a simple game. Of course, there's so many other components that you have to worry about. But there's one thing I know about Coach Alexander. She will always preach the defensive aspect. I've known that for a long, long time, going back to her ACC HS days and being at Topeka High and now here at Andover. Crazy how long I've known her. But I've always known one thing about her philosophy, and that is you better be ready to play defense for the entire basketball game. How much pride do you take in playing defense? How much pride does the team overall take in playing defense?
I mean, they say defense wins championships, so we always just have that in the back of our mind, and you just got to lock down, especially during the state tournament when it's such better competition. You just have to get stops and focus on scoring too.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the team goal was to make it to state. You've done that, but from an individual standpoint in the offseason, what were you focusing on? Was it trying to be a better defender? Was it trying to be a better scorer? And how did you go about trying to just be a better basketball player in the offseason?
I knew that we were going to be losing key components and we would need some scoring, some rebounding, just kind of everything. But also a good leader too. And I think that the junior class really brought into that leadership role. And just for me personally, I just thought about not letting my goals get too big in my head and just focusing on that the team needs this, the team needs this from me, and just focusing more on the team than myself.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it for sure. You do other sports as well here at Andover High School. I feel like I have to ask about those other sports. Basketball seems to be something that you absolutely love, but you do other things as well. How important is it for you to be a multi-sport athlete at Andover High School?
I love being a multi-sport athlete. I think it builds relationships with other people that you don't always see all the time at school, and you just get different experiences from different sports, and it's just a blessing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, Grier, we appreciate your time. Congratulations on all the success, and best of luck to you this week.
Thank you.